Yes, that's right. We basically consistently go from 0 bookings to fully booked in 30 days on every single unit that we launch and every single unit that we help our students launch. And this is our process. In today's video, I'm going to go through our full process on a week-by-week basis. I'm going to give you a week-by-week breakdown, what you should be doing and how it should be looking. And this is the exact process that we use to help Shiloh go from being, having bookings here or there in February to being fully booked from March all the way to the end of November in London at about £230 a night. And the exact strategy that we'd used to help Grace launch her unit, which has had 100% occupancy since launching. It's now going to potentially get a 6-month direct booking to cover her over the winter with a very, very high possibility of further extension. So this is great advice, and it's the stuff that I wish was out on the internet. Like I always say, if you can't make it to the end of this video and you don't even have the attention span to last about 10 minutes, you will never make it. So make sure you stop doing what you're doing, take a notepad out and make sure, if you forget even a notepad, even if you're in bed, whatever, understand what I'm saying and just know that I've done it on a week-by-week basis just to make it very, very simple for you. So number one, week one, and I do have notes here just to make it easier, just to make it so my thoughts are more collected. What I didn't want was to give you a lot of spiel, right? Week one, you want to make sure that you're set up correctly. So the way I'm doing it is I'm doing this from the timeline that you've already got your unit, and week one is you like your first week on the putting that unit on the market. So of course, I'm not going to speak about location. I'm not going to speak about anything like that. I'm assuming it's already been set up, and now let's speak about getting it on the market. You want to make sure that you're set up correctly and that your listing is already optimized. Now, what does that actually mean? That means that your unit, number one, the pictures are professionally edited and they are very, very high quality. In today's market, in 2025, Airbnb, it's a much more sophisticated game than it was 3 years ago, than it even was 2 years ago. There's a few people now coming into the game that know what they're doing, and at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you stand out amongst these people, okay? There are still people who get by without using professional pictures, but I can tell you right now, if those same people were to switch to professional pictures, their listings would boost. They'd be way better, okay? So I can tell you for a fact, if you're going to start out, get professional pictures. I know it feels like a pain because you're adding to the expenses, and it's about professional photography can cost like 200 plus, but trust me when I tell you, it is so worth it. It will pay you back in dividends. Each one of your bookings, imagine when someone books from you, all they really have beforehand is the title, the pictures, the description, and the reviews. That's all they have. So imagine it's a quarter of the reason that people are booking you, and bookings are exactly how you're making your income. So make sure that your thumbnail is amazing. And I'm hoping we apply that logic to our own YouTube videos as well. I understand that people click our videos based on our thumbnails. Right now, we don't get loads of views because our thumbnails aren't great. So we've invested in a thumbnail designer, and hopefully moving forward, it should be much better. But you don't care about that. So how do you optimize your listing? Number one, the picture. Number two, the title. And number three, the description. You want to make sure that you're highlighting exactly who you want in your property, the amenities that you have, where the property is, everything that that your ideal guest would want to know before booking. Make sure it's there for them to read, and it's very, very easy. Understand that if it's not there, as in the title, if it's not in the pictures, how the hell is the guest going to know about it? Okay? So if you got a hot tub, make sure they know. Make sure it says hot tub in the title. Make sure there's a picture of the hot tub in there. Do you know what I mean? Make sure that it's as optimized as possible. And what I'll do right here, I'll give you some examples of this right here on the screen is a bad example. This is not optimized, and this will struggle to get bookings. But this right here is a good example. As you can see, a lot of it's optimized and it's way more suited to get bookings, okay? That's week one. So week one's about setting up. You don't want to take yourself too seriously, but also a feature that you want to have down on week one is understand what the market price is. So let's say the market price is about £120 230. Let's say we're in London. £230 per night is your market cost for the same unit that you have right now. What you want to be doing is you want to be slightly undercutting the competition. And this is not my advice for the foreseeable future. It's only my advice for the first 4 weeks. If you want to go fully booked in your first 30 days, which can mean that your year is tremendous. Like if you go fully booked, like all of our students and our units do, your year is okay, because what happens is the algorithm understands that you're a good unit, right? So if you want to do this, you need to actually undercut your competition slightly. I don't mean you don't need to do that the whole year. I'm not saying, you can go fully booked the whole year. Sometimes fully booked isn't the best thing. You want to be getting high quality bookings. But when you're new, you want to be getting fully booked, okay? This is what I want you to understand. So slightly undercut your competition and make sure that your price is the best. But obviously make it reasonable to the point that you're still making a profit. Don't undercut them just for the sake of getting booked and then regret it because you're not making any money, because you're making a loss. Do you know what I mean? That's week 1. Week 2, you want to focus on your discounts and your promotions, okay? There's a lot of discounts that you can apply on Airbnb. If you literally go through the listing, a new listing, and you can, when you're listing, if you go into the settings behind, you can literally see all the discounts. There's so many. Oh my God, there's so many. Weekly discount, that discount, this discount. On Booking.com, I know they have mobile discounts. They have all of these types of discounts. You want to take advantage of those discounts because at the end of the day, what someone likes, it's like a psychological thing. They like seeing, oh, book me for 9 nights, 900 nights. But when they click on it and they check out, it says 780 because they've got a discount, right? They've not done anything, but they've saved money, so they feel like they're winning. It feels like they're winning. That sort of thing. It's a psychological thing. So in week 2, you maintain the optimization, you maintain the low price, but you now focus on promotions and stuff like that to drive bookings, okay? And that leads you swiftly onto week 3. In week 3, this isn't where you should now have you should now have experience with bookings, so you're quite confident and you know how that sort of works. You should have weeks of experience with optimizing, so you know how that works, you know how to manage it, and you should now have promotions in place. By week 3, you should have handled multiple guests, okay? And the key here is from week 3 onwards, for the rest of your career as a host, you want to focus on your 2 major things. Number 1, your reviews, and number 2, your response time. Reviews and response time are really, really important for you being seen as a good host or for people wanting to book you, because at the end of the day, like I said at the start of the video, there's only 4 things they really know before they book. Pictures, reviews, title, description. Your pictures are already good because we did that in week 1, okay? Your title, your description is already good because we did that in week 1, so that's 75% is already sorted. Now, I mean, calling it 75% is probably a bit low. It's more like reviews are very, very important, to be fair. So they're probably worth more than 25%. They're more like 50%, right? As you can imagine, having good reviews, it always helps. Before you personally buy anything, you probably look at the reviews. Your guests will be the same, or should I say your potential guests will also be the same. So you need to make sure that you're banging on for specifically for reviews from week 3 onwards, okay? And the question is, how do I do that? You should have automations from night 1 and the night after checkout asking for a review. That's standard. But what we like to do is we have a VA call our guests after they leave. So usually it's on when they're meant to put the keys back in the safe. We get to call them, number 1, to confirm the keys are back in the safe, and number 2, to ask for a 5-star review for a future discount, because we get I'm going to speak about this further, but repeat bookings are really, really important, okay? So that's a little way that we try to get that. We offer them a discount for the next stay. Okay, so that's week 3. Now you're focusing a lot on how you treat your guests, on your reviews. You're focusing on how the listing looks to potential clients. Yeah? And lastly, week 4, at this point you're going from booked, because you have a lot of bookings, to fully booked. This is the week where you make it all happen. Use social media, right? Social media is really important. You can put your listing on Instagram, TikTok, those sort of things. You can run ads, you can run Google ads. All of those facets of having people see things is what you'll be using. Outreach, you can reach out to companies, you can reach out to insurance companies, councils, anyone that you know has the relevant money and has a relevant desire to book your place, you should be reaching out to, because why not, right? The worst they can say is no. And it's also really important that you're focusing on your reviews here, you're focusing on outreach. Again, week 4, what you'll find is if you truly are maintaining a lot of the activities that I told you to do from week 1 onwards, you'll be fine. And you're probably thinking, oh, you've glossed over this quickly. The truth is, I'm not going to overcomplicate. I'm not going to go into a 30-minute video explaining each in and out. Like, you need to know what to do and you need to do it. That's it. And I say that because I don't say that as like an opinion. It's a fact. I've coached well over 70 people. A lot of them at 100% occupancy, if not 90% plus. I know Grace specifically, she's way above 90% every single time. Like, she's killing it, and it's because of the strategies that we help her with, and also because of her own hard work. So what's really important is this, right? If you found this video helpful, and if it's something that you think you're going to do and you've taken notes and you think, oh, you know what, this guy's actually valuable and you want to work with us, let us know. That'd be amazing. So we've got a link in the bio which will allow you to book in a call, and then you'll be able to speak to us, you'll be able to speak to our team and figure out if you do want to work with us, figure out if you do want to start, that business. Because at the end of the day, I see it all the time. I see people tell me they want to start, and then 6 months down the line, they're still telling me they want to start. They haven't done anything. Just know time is not something that's on your side. You do not know what is around the corner. While you're in a good position to start right now, I'd recommend you start. Book a call down below, have a chat with us, and yeah, I'd love to speak to you. Just know that if you book a call and you ask us simply contextual questions, we will have to turn you away because we have done that before. And we only really want to speak to people that want to get started but need that support and guidance. Have a good rest of your day.